Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are February 23rd, 2017. And today in our Tech News Update, we have Ryzen. The new Ryzen CPU, the 1800X 8-core processor for desktops, was actually in a performance contest. They did a benchmark and they overclocked it. And wow, amazing performance. It beat the world record in performance on a benchmark. They overclocked it by using, of course, liquid nitrogen at minus 200 degrees to cool the CPU. They overclocked it at 5.2 gigahertz, so it actually beat by a very small margin what was the best CPU performance. So pretty cool. And talking about Ryzen, the first CPUs of the Ryzen series will, of course, launch on March 2nd. So all hopes are here that this CPU will probably equal, if not surpass, the Intel processors now. And maybe we'll have a new race to make the best CPU. Windows 10 Creators Update is not even here yet, that we already know that Microsoft has begun compiling builds of Redstone 3, the build or the Windows 10 version that will come out in October, November of this year. So we know that internally there is Redstone 3 builds that already exist. So that means we might actually have new builds of Windows quite fast after the release of Creators Update. And it's pretty interesting. And another note also, Paul Thurrott was mentioning that the fact that there's been no build for 2 weeks now probably shows us that the pace of Windows 10 build has been slowing down because of simply bug fixes and not really any new features. So that's going to be interesting to see and see if we will have a build this week. iOS 10 has been released 5 months ago and is already on 79% of Apple devices. It is a slightly slower pace than the previous versions, but it's still a pretty good one at 79% and shows how Apple really controls how they update their devices. Well, if you are on an Android device and you see an app for Pornhub, don't download it. If you do, it locks your phone, so you're locked out, and of course, you need to pay ransom to get your phone back. So this has been going around apparently for the past few weeks, and it is really a fake Pornhub app. So be careful what you do on your phone. Linux is very interesting. There's a flaw that was discovered in Linux that apparently is 11 years old. It goes way back to 2005, 2006, when actually they had basically done a update to a subsystem, and it would seem that that flaw has been there since then. It is being patched, so if you are a Linux user, if you are working in a Linux server environment, really make sure that you check the updates, as updates are rolling out to pretty much all versions of Linux to fix this critical flaw. And incredible when you think about it that some flaws can be 10, 12, 15 years old before they actually were found out. And finally, a Israeli security company has said that when you actually install a little piece of malware, you can actually steal passwords and personal information from that little blinking light from your LED or your LED from your hard drive. Apparently, it actually can be decoded and they can see what you're doing, your passwords, and sensitive information. And so, of course, that's that's something I probably did think about, and at a certain time, the blinking of the LED probably goes through with the flow of data. So it's possible that depending on the data going through, that it's possible to see what type of information. And of course, that little piece of software probably makes it blink with the zeros and ones going through the hard drive. So as long as you got something that can view the hard drive blinking light, you can pretty much steal all sorts of information here. So this was the Tech News Update for Thursday, February 23rd, 2017. And today is From the Couch, episode number 7. Hope that you will be here and enjoy our show. It is, of course, another show with my nephew, Gabriel, and I hope that you will enjoy. This is the show where we talk about the last week in news on tech and gaming. And it's at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's 2100 hours Universal Time. Thank you so much for following us on this channel, and hope that you enjoy our videos. If you have any comments or questions, it's always fun to have your feedback.